All right, everybody. Welcome to our January meeting. First, I'll introduce myself, Matthew Kellogg, Executive Director here with the Appalachian Mountain Bike Club, and I would like to welcome Erin Donovan, our incoming president. This is her first live meeting with us. I'm super excited to have her here this evening. It also happens to be President Donovan's birthday this evening. So
Matthew, are you going to sing?
Make sure to wish her happy birthday in the comments. I think that would be very fitting.
No.
So, Erin, we've been doing live meetings for a long time, but now that you're doing them with me, we're going to reset. So this is number one, which is great.
Okay.
I will say that last month's meeting in December, Ed Hand reached out to me and said that Claire Ann Hand would cut my hair as she used to cut Brian's hair growing up. But I'm not going to take Claire Ann up on that quite yet. Maybe once we get to like this.
I think we need to see pictures of Brian and his brother's haircuts before we allow that.
Exactly. I think that would be wise as well. So I'll let you take over from here, and we'll get some trail reports, huh?
All right. Yeah. So if you guys have trail reports for us, if you could put them in the comments, we'd appreciate it. Let's see here. I can't read because I'm blind, so I'll put these on. Trail conditions are typical for East Tennessee this time of year. It's wet. It's just wet. We can't help it. Wet weather reminders. Just remember where you can ride and where you can't ride, which trails are a little bit better. Sharps, Loyston, for when it is wet. The Baker Creek Bike Park. Have you guys been out there a lot? I assume I hear lots of reports about it. Marie Myers via Redbud Crest, Sharps Ridge, Norris, and Big South Fork. And so hopefully here to tell us that the rain is going to go away and some of these trails can dry out. Matthew, can we bring him in?
Yeah, let's bring in Dave Stanley right now, live from the weather desk, right, Mr. Stanley?
Actually, I'm hiding in my bedroom. I'm hiding from my children. But happy birthday, Erin, and congratulations on your presidenthood. Like Erin was saying, it is wet. It's actually less wet than it has been. We're actually below average, which is the first time I've been able to say that in quite some time. But it seems to be raining just enough to keep the trails, at least South Knoxville, Concord, some other ones, Hall, pretty much perpetually wet. Still, we're a third as much rain as we were at this point last year in January. That's pretty good. But then we've got February coming. If you recall, the past two Februaries have been extremely, extremely, extremely wet here in Knoxville. So let's hope we don't get a three-peat. We get some nice riding days somewhere in there. As fun as Loyston, Norris, and Sharps Ridge are. We all love a little variety. But here's hoping for blue skies and a little less rain.
That's a great wish for the tail end of our February, Dave. Good luck in your hideout, and thank you for signing in, even if it's not live from the weather desk.
Do what we can.
Signing out till February, sir. We got a couple special guests tonight, don't we? Oh, a little slow.
You froze.
Network problems.
I thought we lost you.
Oh gosh.
I was like,
cold. Where did you?
I'm already pulling a Wes.
All right. So we've got guests tonight, right?
Yes, we have a special presentation from the Knoxville Track Club, and that is Michael and Tony.
All right, let's bring them in. Michael and Tony.
Hey guys.
Michael's got a guest.
Your camera's sharper than mine, Jess. Tony, your camera's high res. That's cool. I'm trying to play you.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah, so I'm Tony from the Knoxville Track Club Trails Committee, and Michael Delisle over there is the boss from the Knoxville Track Club Trails Committee. So, and Jesse is the real boss, I guess. And so every year, we do a trail series every year, 12 trail races a year or so. And since you guys bear a lot of the responsibility for all of the trails that we like to run on, we try to give you guys a little something back for it. So So with that, Michael, the boss man over there, we'll say all the nice things.
Well, it's just a pleasure to be able to be here and do a little something to say thank you for the incredible work you guys do. What kind of pizza you got, man?
Yeah, you got pizza?
I do.
And a beverage, man. No surprise there. Anyway, we want to thank you guys for all the work you do. And I know it's a labor of love. Yay! Jesse loves it too. I'm still scraping the mud off my shoes from Sharps this afternoon, but it was swell out there like it always is. And we have races on a whole bunch of the trails that you guys maintain and a few others. And at the end of each year, and this is actually the presentation we're making tonight, believe it or not, is from our 2019 profits. We take every penny of net profit and donate it. You guys get a big chunk, and several of the other people around town and nearby get a chunk too. So there's actually going to be another presentation partway into 2021 reflecting 2020, which was surprisingly a decent year for us because we kind of shifted gears and adapted real quickly and put on what we call run anytime events, where the race director and the crew went out and marked the course, left it up for a week, checked it daily, and people came out. We'd have at least a few dozen people running our virtual run anytime events. And that, along with the fact that we have last year we had a 9-race series where people sign up to run 9 of the 12 races. And this year we've added a 12-race series. That helped a lot too because people had already coughed it up at that point. Nevertheless, I expect to be able to do something similar to this. We're looking at April, May, June, somewhere in there if we can. But right now, just as a way of saying thanks, this is a real check. We actually have a dummy check in the warehouse we couldn't get to today. And it's like it's big and it's kind of stupid. We would have got waterlogged out in the rain anyway. But this check from Knoxville Track and Field Club Incorporated, made out to Appalachian Mountain Bike Club for $3,046.75. So
Wow.
plus.
MD, hold the check up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't make it for you. Yeah, good
Oh,
fun.
there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nice.
Incredible.
Pop this in the mail tomorrow to that box 883, and whoever gets it, don't spend it all in one place, you know.
All right, we're going to put it right back into the trails, and hopefully you guys will see the fruits of our labor. So we appreciate that you guys enjoy the trails out there, and we love that you guys send some extra love our direction from your trail series. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it certainly is an awesome way to enjoy the trails year round, and you guys put on great events. And so way to adapt in 2020, and hopefully 2021 is going to be a great year too. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
More than
you.
welcome. Our pleasure.
All right. Thanks,
All
guys.
right. Yeah. Over and out. All right. What's up next on our agenda? Work project recaps. Okay. So in between the holidays and now, we've had a number of small projects, mainly focused on timber. We've had quite a few trees come down in all of our networks, and so we've had a fleet of folks out in the field, basically responding to trail reports that come in via email, and that's a system that has worked really well as of late. If you see a tree, you take a picture of it, you take a photo of your map, where you're at on your map, a little screenshot, and you email both of those items to trails@ambcnox.org, and we get out there and cut them just as soon as we can. Couple of shout outs for this month in particular. Randy Connor with Contour Trail.
That tree on Sharps Ridge.
Yes, the tree.
Oh, God. It was huge.
It was huge. So Randy Connor spurred on some activity over there. We helped out with some equipment as well, and managed to roll that root ball off of the trail in a fairly controlled manner. But man, Randy, thanks so much.
Controlled.
Yeah, gravity did the work after we got it sort of moving. And And so you'll notice it is lodged itself right beside the trail there. Randy and I got a little bench work done beside it, and Sharp Shin Trail is now back in operation without really having to get off your bike today. At least I'm knocking on wood right here. Hopefully it stays that way for a while. That tree was a monster. Also, we've had a couple other folks out here in South Knoxville helping out quite a bit. Bentley Brackett and Alex Clark, who runs Knoxville Outdoor Tours. Those two have hopped on a number of tree projects for us here in the last couple weeks, and I really appreciate what they've been doing. And lastly, on workday recaps would be Dave Williams, who is AMBC staff trail builder. He has been working the last week or so over on Redbud Crest. And so he's working on the Baker Creek side, on the top end of Redbud Crest, where it's been habitually soupy. He is working to put down aggregate along that section of trail. Excuse me. And it looks phenomenal. He's keeping a good flow to the trail, and everybody that's been on it thus far has had good things to say. So that's great. We will be continuing to do work on Redbud Crest. We won't be closing it, but there just keep in mind that there'll be some work happening on Redbud Crest, and then we'll eventually get across the road on closer to Marie Myers to do a little bit of work over there to make it easier to get to year-round get down and Marie Myers trails without really kicking your bike up with dirt. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Aaron for events.
All right, so small groups, small projects. We're going to have 10 folks, and Matthew will be putting it up on Facebook. Matthew, is it on Facebook and on the website, or just on Facebook? Sorry, I called you back in the room with a mouthful of food.
Okay. I was just in the room right over there.
Okay. Is it on the website as well, or just on Facebook? Where are folks signing up for this?
It'll be on it'll be a Facebook event that will actually go to Golden Volunteer, and so it will be on our email and our Facebook group.
All right, awesome. So you can sign up for that. We have 2 projects this Saturday, 9 to noon. There's 2 options. Burnett Creek Road trash cleanup, and Matt Morris will be heading that. Thank you, Matt. And then the Mayor's Hot Tub Trail Work. So there'll be hand building single track, and that will be with Keith Crouch. And so I appreciate both of them for doing that, and I will see you at one or both of those probably. Also on Saturday, it is not us, but you can lend a hand to Lisa and her team from CVTA, say that fast, Norris Workday, and theirs is 10 to 1, and you can check their site in case we got these times wrong. And then we're putting Matthew on the spot. One of our members runs Pachacacha, and so after, was it 7 years, Matthew?
It's been a long time.
They've
been after AMBC for a number of years.
So now we're making Matthew do it. And so that will be on February 11th, and that'll be live from the Bijou. Mm-hmm. And there's 20 slides for 20 seconds each. And so we actually had a meeting today that we actually talked about some of the ideas that Matthew could use. So we're super psyched about that and to be a part of it in the community. And then also Catalyst Sports will be on that same show with Matthew. And so, but for right now, Catalyst Sports has another event that they would like to talk about. And I would like to bring in Leslie King from Catalyst Sports. Maybe. There she is.
There we go. We got Leslie on screen. Welcome, Leslie.
Hi. Yeah, thanks, guys, for inviting me to come chit-chat with you guys. So with Catalyst Sports, probably most of you know about us and have probably met a good portion of us, but we're a nonprofit, and we work with people with physical disabilities. So amputees, spinal cord injuries, cerebral palsy. But we now have some accessible trails at Sharps Ridge that you probably all know about, that we're super excited.
They're awesome to ride.
Yeah, very, very exciting. But I want to share with you, we are still looking for volunteers, and we want to educate you. We don't want you to just show up and feel like you don't really know what's happening when we host these event days. So the things that we're going to be teaching you will be what types of bikes do we have? How do you adjust them to fit each rider? And how are we going to safely help transfer if someone needs help transferring from a wheelchair into a bike? We want to make sure that everybody's staying safe, the person that's being transferred and the transferee. So just trying to keep it safe. We are in the middle of making several videos. So soon you'll be able to pop onto our Facebook page, pull up a video that talks about a specific bike, who would best fit that bike. If it's somebody that has a spinal cord injury, they can only use their arms, or if it's someone with cerebral palsy, they can use their legs. And we're going to provide all of that teaching. We have 2 days set up for this. March 27, which is a Saturday, and March 28th, the Sunday. And you do have to sign up as volunteer. So we know how many people are coming, and the link is on our Facebook page, which is Catalyst Sports Knoxville. Is there anything else you want?
No, that sounds great. I know we put a link to Catalyst in our chat box here. We're going to try to get the direct link to volunteer in the chat box as well, but we will include that in our follow-up email. So,
Awesome.
thanks so much for joining us this evening, Leslie.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leslie.
Over
See you
and out.
guys, Miss President.
Bye.
Awesome.
Oh, goodness.
So I'll give an update real quick on some events that are coming up that are supporting the Trail Counter project. And so we're going to be doing some direct observation and in and around the counters that are all throughout the urban wilderness. And very similar to the Catalyst, there's a little bit of training that is involved. And so most of the volunteers for this project, for the direct observation, are actually coming through UTK, students getting some extra class credit time for it. So the project is going to require around 50 volunteers. What they're asking for from us is about 16 people that will help with the direct observation. And so that's going to, the direct observation training is going to be March 27th or 28th. I believe it's going to be a 2-hour training session. As we get more information on that, we'll publicize that in event form. And then the direct observation will actually happen a few different days throughout April, and basically weekdays and weekends throughout April. And so if you're interested in that trail counting study, make sure to reach out via email. You can send an email to me at kellogg@ambcnox.org. But as we get closer to those time frames, we'll have events that pop up. So, on to pertinent news right now. First thing, some folks are watching us this evening via Facebook. We also have a second option tonight, which is YouTube. So we've connected this to our YouTube channel. I will say that the chat and YouTube, not so hot. Not so hot over there. Not much happening there. We got 6
folks. We're not going to become YouTube stars, Matthew. That's the whole reason I took this gig.
I'm on that screen as well. I'm at least going to like the video. You know, actually, I'm going to say a comment right now too. Comment. Oh. There we go. At least we have our first comment at YouTube.
Okay.
And in the future, next month, we're going to attempt to get a little bit more interaction with the membership. And Shane Hunter has helped us look into a Zoom possibility. Sorry, we got a plane going over to the airport now. So Shane's tech savvy, and he's going to help hopefully coach me into figuring out how to get us together on Zoom if we want to be. But it will still stream to our typical location, which is Facebook and YouTube. Some news, Aaron and I met over at Albright Grove this afternoon. May have done a little bit of day drinking for her birthday. but it was purely business. We're talking about
Matthew, it's called a tasting.
Oh, it was not drinking, it was tasting.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. So we went to a tasting today, and we're working with Albright, and hopefully going to come together with a collaboration sometime. I'd say early this spring is what it was sounding like, and pretty excited about that. You'll notice that they support a couple other nonprofits in the region, one being the Little River Watershed Association, and another being the North Chickamauga Creek conservation area down in Chattanooga. Lastly, on my news, before we go through comments, is that Brian Hand with the Trail Committee has been working really hard with the structure of the Trail Committee, and he and I are working on job descriptions for two different volunteer positions amongst the Trail Committee, and one of those is going to be recruiting trail crew leaders for all of the different parks that we serve as AMBC. And we have a lot of super volunteers already. You know who you are, folks like Tony Robinson out at Concord, habitual folks that help us out south. We're talking to you, Corey. So anyway, we're going to have a great description of what that crew leader is going to, what we're looking for there. And we're also going to have what AMBC is going to provide to those crew leaders, which is going to come in the form of training and tools and education. So we're thrilled to be getting that off the ground. Aaron, let's start looking through the comments. How's that sound?
The technology here, we got Debbie's watching us on her TV, on her actual television. She's watching Facebook and YouTube.
No. Oh, Tony said hello via YouTube.
So one of the other big things I'm seeing in the comments is your hair.
What about it?
People want to see your hair. And I saw that Claire Ann got on here, so we can whoa.
So I've got a lot of hair right now. And I'll say that I've changed products. Yeah, I'm using a bar of soap for my my cleaning now. So I love it. It's good lather.
So
and use it for shaving too.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
All right, so let's look through this these comments here.
I did not wish my birthday brother Brian Han a happy birthday as well.
How do you get to the
siblings?
Oh,
so happy birthday, Brian.
Yep. Indeed. Oh, Bill Smith's tuning in from Montana. Howdy, Dr. Malcolm. I wasn't supposed to give up his real name. That's too bad.
Brian said the video dries quickly.
Yeah. Very good. I think he was out at Windrock XC a few weeks ago, or maybe just last week, and just was really bragging on it. So this is great stuff. Great stuff. Lots of thanks to KTC. Absolutely.
A lot of thanks to Wes as well for running the club for the past couple of years. We'd be remiss if we didn't thank him for that as well. I didn't come into this seat, well, my seat's inside, but he did a really good job over the past couple of years. So hopefully I can live up to a little bit of that.
Well, I got a much better looking boss these days, so that's great. Don't lose your drink there. Don't lose your drink. All right, so Tony's looking through YouTube. Yeah, I think we've gotten through most of the comments. Nobody rode anywhere this month. I see no trip reports, so that's too bad. But it does mean that folks are staying off the wet trails, which is great. Yes, thank you. There are many other activities to do in the winter other than ride your mountain bike on sloppy trails, and that's just the truth of the matter. So anyway, with that, Aaron, do you have anything else for this evening's?
I guess one of the other things that we're having, so these are antique phones, and Ed wanted to know if I was taking calls.
they're not.
I wanted to know if I had incoming and outgoing. I think nope, those are all just for the members. Y'all call me on there. I'm here all the time.
Judd made a comment in the comments actually, talking about Vinny's work on Lippincott. Vinny did some phenomenal shaping over on Lippincott, so thank Vinny. And
to my door. Okay, thank you.
Sounds like Paint Creek was in good shape this last weekend. So, do you need to go check the door, Aaron?
Yeah, I sort of do.
Okay. Well, we're at the end of this agenda.
Okay.
So, everybody have a great rest of the January. We'll see you out and about in some of these small project events. If you need anything from us, shoot us an email, info@ambcnox.org. With that, toodaloos. Everybody have a great month.
Thanks, guys, for coming.
Over and out.
So sorry I'm late.
You're okay.